This is my mom's book that she had written in 2010 and about my grandparents.
The Barnstormer and the Lady has been called the definitive encyclopedia of Beechcraft history, but it's much more than a company book. It's also the love story of company founders Walter and Ollie Van Beech. It's been out of print and sold out since its 2010 publishing.
So I decided to bring it back into print.
Beech granddaughter Jennifer PITT says people often ask her how they can get a copy of the book.
Everywhere I go, people always want to find this book, and it's not in print. I decided to republish it, change it a little bit, update it with new events that have happened, new pictures.
The first thing one will notice is the color added to the cover.
Update the cover, make it more, make it just stand out a little bit more with the color. Add new pictures. These are just some recent ones that Philip sent these to, and I just love these old pictures. This was a race in 1926. New activities and events that have happened since 2010, which have been quite a few things.
PITT says the first 3,000 books will be part of a limited 15th anniversary edition.
My mom, she wanted to have a book written about her parents who were, super private.
Her mother, Mary Lynn Oliver, is the younger of two Beech daughters.
She ended up writing letters to all the people that knew, relatives and everybody that knew my grandmother and grandfather. And they all gave stories, so she hired Dennis to write the story. And it was basically her baby, what she wanted to do, kind of a legacy project for her parents.
Oliver spoke about her parents in the PBS Kansas documentary, Wichita, the Air Capital.
I think they were a very wonderful, dynamic duo that worked well together. Each had their own qualities that helped them achieve things, and they complemented each other, I think. And I think of course, I don't know, I was just a young girl, but they didn't seem to have the friction or, they seemed to get along very well.
She knew that there had been a lot of books written about Beechcraft, the company themselves, but nothing really about the people. That was why she wanted to do it, was on her parents.
And why do you suppose that was the case?
They were so private. My grandmother didn't do interviews.
Former Cake TV anchor and host of Hatterberg's People on PBS Kansas, Larry Hatterberg, found out how difficult it was to land an interview with Mrs. Beech.
I tried for years to get an interview with Olive Ann Beech, but she wasn't having it. I would guess it took me 25 years to get Olive Ann Beech on camera.
In 1988, Hatterberg finally got what was likely the last interview where Mrs. Beech answered some of the personal questions she had avoided for so long. You can see more of that interview in the PBS Kansas documentary, Great Women of Kansas, Part 2.
So we've got a QR code that will go directly to the PBS Kansas documentary, Great Women of Kansas, with the segment on my grandmother, so people can just scan the code, watch that great story that you did. And then also the QR code that goes to the website, Barnstormer and the Lady, for the book sales, for questions, for whatever, just keeping updated on different events that I might be having in the future.
It's the Beech's roles in Wichita's early aviation history that PITT wants to keep alive.
I want to do it to keep my grandparents' legacy alive, because I feel like it's been such a long time since, my grandfather passed away a long time ago. My grandmother, people don't know the story. They don't know the beginnings of their life together. They don't know the beginnings of Walter, Clyde, and Lloyd Stearman that started Travel.
A mural remains in the 500 block of West Douglas in the Delano neighborhood with the images of Beech, Cessna, and Stearman. The mural is on the building where the three aviation pioneers made Travel, the most prolific maker of general aviation airplanes in the latter half of the 1920s. Year 2025 was Travelair's 100th anniversary. The Travelair Restoration Association, a group of owners of the historic airplanes, celebrated the centennial with a fly-in at Stearman Field in Benton. Travelair's success 100 years ago solidified Wichita's claim as the air capital city. That history connected to PITT's grandparents is one of the reasons she's republishing the book.
People often don't even know that Beech was a real last name. I mean, I hear that all the time. So I just think keeping their legacy alive is my was my passion. That's why I wanted to tell the story again and get it back out there.
Pitt says since the book's original print in 2010, there's been a new hotel built in Grand Forks, North Dakota called the Olive Ann Hotel. Also, there is an opera called The Staggerwing, named after the famed Beech airplane. The Beeches were also selected as the Paul E. Garber Shrine honorees in 2023. Those are some of the new things listed in the book having happened since the first print.
Well, I've got all sorts of old pictures of my grandparents, my grandfather.
Pitt's College Hill home is filled with the photographs and memorabilia connected to the Beechcraft legacy.
These were old ads back in the day. This was on my grandmother's desk.
That model Staggerwing that sat on Olive Ann Beech's desk is appropriately blue, her favorite color. Another photo shows Walt Disney and Mrs. Beech holding Disney characters, and below it, the Busy Bee emblem Beech commissioned Disney to design. The Busy Bee was a World War II badge of merit, recognizing and honoring Beechcraft employees for their outstanding work in war production. Disney owned Queen Air and King Air Beech airplanes.
I would love to hear stories that I haven't heard before, that people could email me their different stories, even pictures that I haven't seen before.
So with the republishing, with the new material, she hopes a new generation of readers will learn and carry on Wichita's legacy as the air capital and about the role her grandparents had in making that happen. For Positively Kansas, this is Chris Frank reporting.